Hi, fourth graders, it's Mrs. Nash. Hey, before we get started, I have a little funny story to tell you. I recorded the video of me doing this lesson about an hour ago, and I go in to edit and upload the video, and I realized that I did not turn my microphone on. So I recorded the whole lesson of me teaching this math skill without any sound. You don't hear my voice because the microphone's off. So this is actually the second recording of this lesson. And so in just a moment here, I'm going to put the reflector piece on and flip around the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Today we're going to be working on adding and subtracting fractions with like denominators. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you here. All right, so you should be able to see on your screen what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so when you are finished today, you're going to get into IXL and you're going to type in FXD into the search bar. It will take you to the skill on IXL, okay? We're going to start out with an addition problem first. So I'm going to start out with the two fractions, 1/4 plus 2/4, okay? So to model this for you, I'm actually going to draw a bar model or an area model for you. And I'm going to split my model into fourths, or 4 pieces, because 4 is my denominator, okay? So I'm going to start with the fraction 1/4. And so when I look at my model here, I need to shade one piece of this because I have 1/4, okay? Now, I'm going to add 2/4 to that 1/4. So I would add 1, 2. So if I look at my model here, I have 1, 2, 3 out of my 4 pieces shaded, which gives me the fraction of 3/4, okay? If you notice, my denominator did not change. I didn't change the size of my pieces. I just changed the number of my pieces, okay? So I don't do anything to the denominator when I'm adding. I only changed the numerator, okay? I started with 1, I added 2, which brought me to 3, okay? Now, I want you to try, okay? I'm going to give you about 30 seconds here to go ahead and solve these two problems on your own. All right, let's look and see how we did, okay? I'm going to look at this, I'm gonna start with this first one. I'm gonna look at this first fraction, 3/5. So I'm gonna draw my model right here for 3/5. And if I use a model, I'm gonna split it into 5 pieces. And I'm gonna shade 3 pieces because I'm starting with 3/5. So I'm gonna shade 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I need to shade one more piece because I'm adding 1/5 to it. Okay, and if I count my total number of pieces I have shaded now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives me the fraction of 4/5. Now, again, if you notice, I didn't change my denominator. My denominator stayed the same with these all the way across. I'm adding 3 plus 1, which gives me the number 4. So let's take a look at this problem right here. Now this time, instead of drawing my model, I'm going to draw my line that separates, and I'm going to write the 9 right here, the denominator on the bottom. And so now on the top, if I add 7 plus 1, I get the number 8. So 7/9 plus 1/9 equals 8/9. Now, what would happen if I needed to regroup or rename? So take a look at this fraction problem right here, this addition problem, okay? I'm going to draw a model just to do a little demonstration for you here. And so I'm actually going to start out with my 2/4. So I split my model into 4 pieces, and then I add 1. I'm going to shade in 1, 2, okay? And now I want to add 3/4. So I'm actually going to shade 1, 2, and I don't have enough pieces here, so I'm going to need to add another model. And when I add another model here, I'll shade that 3rd piece. And so what this represents right here is one whole, and then I have 1 piece left over, which is 1/4, okay? Now, I can also do it this way, okay? I can also use division. And so if I add straight across 2 plus 3, okay, I actually get 5/4, okay? So what I could do is I could do 5 divided by 4, okay, which gives me 1 with the remainder of 1, okay? Now what I need to do is I need to take this remainder of 1 and I need to interpret it as a fraction, which would give me the fraction 1 and 1/4. And so if you look, I actually end up with the same fraction. So I can draw a model or I can divide. Either method will get me to where I need to go. All right, now it's your turn, okay? I'm going to give you about a minute to solve these problems, and then we're going to check them all together. Oh goodness, 4th grade, I'm going to stop you. This problem, I wrote it wrong. This should be 3/4 plus 2/4. Okay, sorry about that. So let's walk through this problem, okay, because I can't add 3/4 plus 4/5. Okay, we haven't learned, this is not something you learn until you get to 5th grade, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, 3/4 plus 2/4, okay, equals 5/4. Okay, 5 divided by 4 equals 1 with a remainder of 1, which gives me 1 and 1/4. Now let's look at this one, 6/9 plus 5/9. 6 plus 5 is 11, and I have 9 as my denominator because I don't change my denominator, okay? So if I do 11 divided by 9, actually gives me the answer of 1 with the remainder of 2. This remainder of 2 I can interpret as a fraction, which actually gives me the number of 1 and 2/9. Okay, now let's take a look at some subtraction. I am going to draw a model here, and I'm going to split this model into 6ths. I have 6 pieces here. And I need to shade 5 pieces because I'm starting with 5, 6. So I'm going to shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, okay? Now I'm going to subtract 2 pieces, okay? So I'm going to cross out 1, 2 pieces here, okay? When I cross out those 2 pieces, it's going to leave me with 1, 2, 3 pieces, okay? Now, if you notice, I didn't change anything across the bottom. My denominator stayed the same. I just subtracted 5 minus 2, and that gave me the answer of 3. All right, now you try. I have a couple of problems here for you to try. I want you to take just a moment and solve these on your own. All right, let's take a look and see how you did, okay? 7/9 minus 4/9, okay? I'm going to draw a model for this one. And I'm going to split my model into 9ths, okay? And then I need to shade 7 pieces because I'm starting with the fraction of 7/9. And then I'm going to cross out 4 of those pieces because I'm taking away 4/9. So 7/9 minus 4/9 leaves me with 1, 2, 3 9ths. Now if you notice, my denominator didn't change. I only subtracted on the top. 7 minus 4 equals 3, okay? So I'm going to apply that strategy on the bottom. I'm not going to change my denominator on the bottom. I'm just going to write the 6. On the top, I'm going to do 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 equals 2, so that fraction is 2/6. All right, here's what I would like you to do now, 4th graders. I want you to log on to IXL, okay? You're going to type FXD into the search bar, and you are going to work on adding and subtracting fractions with like denominators. Good luck, fourth graders. If you need help, go ahead and reach out to me.